Ever wonder where that whole idea of a beastly prince came from?
Yeah.
It's older than you might think.
Right.
We're going deep today, diving into the original Beauty and the Beast.
Okay.
And no, not the Disney version.
Right.
We're talking the OG fairy tale,
Yeah.
the one that started it all.
The one that started it all. And we're going back to the basics with this one, with excerpts from the original text on Project Gutenberg,
Yes.
which, as everyone knows, is a treasure trove of public domain literature.
Oh, it's amazing. And I gotta say, this story, like, forget singing teapots,
Right.
forget talking candlesticks. Beauty's world, way more intense.
Yeah.
For starters, she's got like a ton of siblings.
Right.
And let's just say they're not winning any like best brother sister awards.
No, no, not at all. You know what I find really fascinating about Beauty and the Beast, though? It's part of this like long tradition of stories. They all explore this tension, right, between inner beauty and then how you look on the outside.
Oh, totally.
And this theme, it's like everywhere. You see it in folklore, all these different cultures.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a universal reminder, don't judge a book by its cover.
Oh, 100%. And this version, it lays it on thick.
Yeah.
So we start with Beauty's family, right?
Eh.
They are loaded.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, her dad's a merchant. He's got ships, riches, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, right.
But then, wham, disaster strikes.
It's like, it's not even one bad thing. It's like fires, pirates, bad investments. They get hit with everything. Almost Shakespearean, the way it all goes down.
Oh, totally. Cue the dramatic music.
Right.
That fall from grace. It sets up the whole story, what really matters.
Absolutely, yeah. Because they had it all, right? So when they lose it, it's that much more intense. Makes you think about, how fickle fortune can be, how society can turn on a dime, stuff we still deal with today.
Totally.
Yeah.
So the merchant, he's like, hey, there's a chance I can recover some of our fortune. You'd think Beauty would be like, okay, bring me diamonds, bring me a palace.
Right.
But nope. All she asks for is a rose.
And not just any rose. This
Yeah.
is like symbolic, This rose, it represents Beauty's pure heart. And it's such a contrast to what her siblings are asking for, all those fancy things.
Right.
It shows how selfless she is, how much she loves her father, that she'd pick something so simple, so meaningful.
It's such a small, innocent request.
Yeah,
But of course, this being a fairy tale, it blows up, like way out of proportion.
of course.
Because guess what? That rose,
Mm.
it belongs to the beast.
And let me tell you, this isn't some like cuddly Disney-fied beast.
Yeah.
This guy is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
The way the original describes him, he is scary. And when he finds out the merchant's stealing this rose, he freaks.
Oh, he is not happy.
Oh, he's ready to kill the guy. He's like, straight up, your insolence shall not go unpunished. Just brutal.
Such literal chills.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Even when he's furious, the beast, he's got this, like, thoughtfulness to him.
What?
Like, he doesn't just off the merchant, right?
Yeah.
He makes a deal.
Interesting.
He's like, okay, let's bargain.
Ooh, that is interesting. So even though he's like this terrifying beast, he's still able to reason, to negotiate,
Exactly.
which kind of makes you wonder, right, about what's going on beneath the surface.
Right. There's got to be more to him.
There's got to be more there.
And it's a heavy bargain. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, give me your daughter,
Wow.
and I'll let your dad live.
Intense.
Talk about pressure.
Right, yeah.
But Beauty, she doesn't even blink.
Really?
She's like, deal. Takes her father's place, no problem. Talk about courage.
Wow. It's like that classic fairy tale thing, right? A life for a life. But it really makes you think, like, how far would you go for your family? What choices would you make?
Exactly. And you'd think, okay, Beauty's going to some dungeon now, right?
Chains, darkness.
Yeah. But that's where this story, it takes a turn. The beast doesn't lock her up. At least not in the way you'd expect. He gives her this luxury. I mean, she's living large.
So the palace, it's almost like its own character in the story.
Oh, totally.
It's this place of like wonder and beauty, but also kind of lonely, like it's reflecting what's going on inside Beauty too.
That is such a good point because, yeah, she's got it made incredible food, like
Yeah.
appearing out of thin air, no winter inside ever. And her room even has a secret door to this massive, like, bird sanctuary.
Whoa, seriously.
Yeah, imagine that, your own private garden filled with exotic birds. But it makes you think, even with all that, is she really free? Or is it just a fancy cage?
Right. Like, can you ever really be free if you're trapped? Even if it's in paradise, it's still being trapped.
Yeah.
And on top of all this, Beauty starts having these crazy, vivid dreams.
Oh, yeah, and these dreams are wild. There's this handsome prince, totally into her, but he's dropping these cryptic messages.
Oh, no.
Like, find me, but don't trust your eyes.
Mm.
What's that even supposed to mean?
Right. Dreams and fairy tales, it's like they're speaking in code, right? They mess with your head.
Totally. Is it a premonition? Is she making it up? It's driving me crazy.
And they always have a deeper meaning,
Always.
reflecting like desires or fears, making you question what's real, what's an illusion, especially in a story all about magic, right?
It's messing me up just thinking about it.
Right.
Okay, so then on top of the prince, there's this mysterious woman who shows up in Beauty's dreams too.
Hmm.
And she's all about warnings.
Oh, no. What kind of warning?
Like, don't be fooled by appearances, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
The whole dream thing is intense.
Ominous, right.
Super ominous.
Yeah, you don't know who to trust.
Exactly. So after a while, the beast, he actually lets Beauty go home for a visit.
Really?
Yeah, and he sends her back loaded with gifts, treasures, all this stuff for her family. You figure she'd be over the moon, right? Back with her family, rich again.
Yeah, happy ending. Right.
Right. But something's different.
What do you mean?
She's not the same Beauty who walked into that palace, you know?
Oh, interesting. Because she's learned something.
Yeah, she's grown. Being with the beast, even with how weird and lonely it was, it changed her. Her values are different now.
She's not the same naive girl anymore.
Exactly. And all of this stuff, the riches, the comfy life back home, it all seems kind of empty compared to what she had with the beast.
Wow. So even though she's back in the real world, it's like a part of her is still in that palace with the beast.
Totally. And you know what really drives that home? It's another dream.
Oh,
But this one, it's different.
how so?
It's the beast, right? But he's alone and he's dying. And Beauty, she freaks out. But it's not like she's scared for herself.
Interesting.
It's like genuine worry.
Yeah.
Like she cares about him.
It's a turning point for sure. All those other dreams, they were warnings, riddles, but this one shows how much she actually feels. It's not about the bargain anymore or like staying alive. It's love, plain and simple.
Yeah, exactly. So she races back to the palace, right?
Yeah.
Finds the beast, like literally dying, and she just blurts out that she loves him.
Well,
You know fairy tales. Her love, it breaks the curse. Boom, beast is back to being a prince.
of course.
Yeah.
Classic ending. But it proves the point of the whole story, right? You can't judge a book by its cover. Beauty, she saw past all that, the scary exterior, and found this good heart underneath. That's what broke the spell, you know?
Right. And the way they celebrate, forget about fireworks. This is the original. They don't mess around. Their happy ending. It's a message written across the sky in fireflies.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Right. Talk about romantic. But also, it kind of makes you think, like, what if the beast never got cursed?
Mm.
You know? Would Beauty have even looked twice at him if he was just some prince from the start?
That's a good question. It makes you wonder, right? This story, it's all about how Beauty slowly starts to see the good in the beast. Like, they needed all that to happen for them to fall in love. It makes you think about what we usually expect,
Yeah.
you know, love at first sight, all that.
Totally. This Beauty and the Beast, it's like, maybe real love, it takes more. You got to go through stuff together, understand each other, look past the surface. It's deep, you know?
It is deep. It reminds you that the good stuff, the beauty, love, all that, it might be hiding where you least expect it. And if you have the courage to be kind, to understand, then that's how you find it.
100%. So next time you're dealing with your own beast, you know, a tough situation, someone who bugs you, remember Beauty, look closer, try to get him. You never know what you might find.
Exactly. You just might find something truly amazing, maybe even love.
Totally. And on that note, until next time, folks, keep diving deep. There's magic in every story if you know where to look.